أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا ومولانا محمد صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهداه إلى يوم الدين وإن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي لا تؤاخذني مما يقولون واغفر لي ما لا يعلمون واجعلني خيرا مما يظنون أما بعد. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to the House of Dua. Welcome to this special arrangement designed to remind ourselves of the inevitability of death. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent us several revelations in the Quran announcing to us the inevitability of death. Among those verses are Bada'uzu billahi minash shaitani rajim Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim Kullu nafsin za'iqatul maut thumma ilayna turja'un likulli ummatin ajal إذا جاء أجلهم ولا يستأخرون ساعة ولا يستقدمون ولا يؤخر الله نفسا إذا جاء أجلها والله خبير بما تعملون منها خلقناكم وفيها نعيدكم ومنها نخرجكم تارة أخرى قد خلت من قبلكم سنن فسيروا في الأرض فانظروا كيف كان عاقبة المكذبين. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, those are verses from the Quran, from Surah Anbiya, Surah Yunus, Surah Al Imran, Surah Al Munafiqun, and Surah Taha. There are so many other verses in the Quran about this subject. Reminder to us the inevitability of death. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, as you are aware, the world has just experienced the death of a world leader. The Queen of England has passed away. Before then, another world leader passed away known as Gorbachev. Both of them presided over empires, great countries. But take a look at the end of both of them. Take a look at the burial ceremonies of both of them. What difference is there for you? And what lessons are there for us who are living today? My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, our reminder here is to draw attention to the fact that whenever an important person dies, a world leader or a national leader or a community leader, it becomes a breaking news and it sends ripples across the entire world or across the country concerned. But what difference does it make? Death is death. Death is inevitable to all of us. Qul inna al-mawta allazi tafiruna minhu fa innahu mulaqikum. Tell them, Ya Muhammad, that death from which they flee, that death will definitely meet them. We flee from death by making sure that we are aware, even if you are told to surrender your blood, or even if you are told to go through surgery, even if you are told to swallow some bitter pills, we swallow them because we don't want to die. That is fleeing from death. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that death will meet you. A time will come when your body will say, you know what? I don't need medicine anymore. I'm done. And you got to go. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, as I said, some important people have just passed away in the world we live. But what lesson do we learn from them? Their death is a reaffirmation of what we already know in the Quran, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already stated. Yes. Likuli ummatin ajal, every nation, every individual, every person has an appointed term. Izaja ajaluhum, when that term is due, wala yastakhiruna sa'a wala yastakdimun. It cannot be delayed and it cannot be advanced. Wala yuakhira lahu nafsan izaja ajaluha wallahu kabirun bima ta'malun. Allah will not extend by a second, by a nanosecond, the term of any human being when that term is due. Allah is aware of what you are doing. منها خلقناكم وفيها نعيدكم ومنها نخرجكم تارة أخرى. From this dust, this earth, you were created. And unto this dust you shall return. And from this dust, we shall raise you to accountability. If you think it's a lie, many people before you have passed away. Fasiru fil ardi fanzuru kayfa kana aqibatul mukazzibin. Many people have come here, they have lived here, they have gone. Find out how they ended it. Those who deny that there will be accountability, find out how they ended it. Teleka ummatun karikalet laha ma kasabat walakum ma kasabtum wala tus'aluna ma kanu ya'malun. Those are the generations of the past. They have gone with what they earn, and you are living right now with what you are earning. You shall go very soon with what you earn. They will not be asked what you do, and you will not be asked what they do. And dear brothers and sisters in Islam, these are the realities of death. This is a fact that has been confirmed and reconfirmed over and over again, that there is no permanency on this planet. Each and every one of us will pass away. If this fact has been repeatedly confirmed, this declaration by Allah is confirmed to be true. Is it not also true that the declaration of Allah, is it not also true that Allah's declaration that the day of accountability is coming and He will raise people from the grave for accountability, and that fact is also true? Is it not so? Why is it therefore that people, they deny the fact that there will be accountability? They stay on this planet as if they are going to stay forever. They do things as if nobody can hold them to account. Why? Why? Why do the believers believe in here ilahayatuna dunya namutu wa nahya wa ma nahnu bimab'uthin? Why do they believe that this world is the start all and end all? They will not go back for accountability. Am hasibitum annama khalaqnakum abathan wa annakum ilayna la turja'un. Or do you think that we created you for nothing and you are not coming back to us for accountability? Is that your thinking? If that is so, you better correct yourself. You better correct yourself. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, what does the death of the Queen of England or Mr. Gorbachev of Russia, what do their deaths mean to people like Vladimir Putin of Russia, President Bashar of Syria, President al-Sisi of Egypt? What about Kim Jong-un of North Korea? What about Xi Jinping of China? What about Viktor Orban of Hungary? What do the deaths of Gorbachev and Queen Elizabeth II mean to these people? What do the death mean to them? They still have not learned their lesson, that they are here for a temporary stay, and that they are going back to Allah for accountability, and that they will be held to account for their deeds, the souls you have killed, the corruption you have perpetuated, the oppression you have given to those who are opposed to you, your killing of innocent people. You don't know that you'll be held accountable for it? Yes. And what about the warlords, the chiefs, the obas, the emirs, the kings of the tribes and fiefdoms and kingdoms of Africa? What of those who call themselves presidents of Africa, who have sat in power endlessly thinking that the countries belong to them? Those who have turned themselves into semi-gods or demigods in Africa, who are lording it over their citizens, who want to remain in power in perpetuity. What about them? What lessons are they learning from this? What about them? Obiya of Cameroon, Yoweri Museveni of Uganda, and the likes of them who think that this world is for all of them. Their country is their property. What do they think about the death of the Queen of England? My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, yes, this is the reality of life. And what about you? What about me? What about we, the ordinary people? What lesson do we learn in the passing of the Queen and the passing of Mr. Gorbachev and the passing of others like them who have come and gone? Compare the lesson we learn from them from the lessons we learn from the passing of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, Afdalul Khaliki wa Akramur Rusul. Compare the passing of such righteous people with what we are seeing now. Let us remember the passing of Pharaoh, a person known for his notoriety in the world we live now because of his oppression against the poor, against the people of Egypt, against Bani Israel. For which reason Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raised Prophet Musa alayhi salam to go and liberate Bani Israel from the oppression of Pharaoh. What about Pharaoh? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَمَا بَكَتِ عَلَيْهِمُ السَّمَاءُ وَالْأَرْضُ وَمَا كَانُوا مُنذِرِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, when Pharaoh, Lanatullahi alayhi, passed away, the heaven and the earth did not weep for his sake. And they were not given a respite when the punishment of Allah came upon them. Yes. There are some who die peacefully in their sleep, like we have seen in the case of Queen Elizabeth II. Only her daughter was there, Anne, together with the team of doctors that were looking after her. Before her son, who is now the king, and other children and relations came around, she was gone. She was gone. What does that tell us? Even we, the ordinary people. What about those of us who send our children abroad now? They're thousands of miles away. At the point of your death, your child will not be there to witness your last moment. That's a powerful lesson for you there. If that's your choice, that's fine. But my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, yes, there are several lessons to be learned from all these events. It's not as if they are special. No, there's nothing special about it. Why? Before now, the queen could eat what was best, what I couldn't afford. She could eat something different from what you can eat. She could go to places you could not go. She could do other stuff. But at this critical moment, this diet known as death, she has no way of avoiding it. She tastes it, I will taste it, you will taste it. That's life, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam. But the passing of these men and women remind us of the facts of life that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has communicated to us time and time again in the Quran through his messengers. From the time of Adam alayhi salam to the time of Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. And that is ثم إلينا ترجعون. Every soul must taste death. After that, you return back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ilallahi marji'ukum jami'an wa yunabbi'ukum bima kuntum fihi takhtalifun. Whatever differences we may have on this planet, once that death comes, we go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's the only one who can judge between us, and his judgment has no appeal. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, yes, look at the pomp and pageantry surrounding the death of the queen. There are several questions to be asked. Why is it that human beings have to wait for somebody to die before they say good about that person? Even those who have been criticizing the queen before, right now they are praising her, they are eulogizing her. Why? Why should it be like that? This is the reality of the situation. Why is it that the poor who cannot afford 3 square meals a day, when their leader pass away, they still want to spend the little they have to take care of themselves in honor of their leaders? Look at people standing in line for hours or days just because they want to cast a glance at the corpse or the coffin of the Queen of England. And what does that bring to them? What does it mean to them? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, In kuntum ghayra madinin tarji'unaha in kuntum sadiqin. If you doubt that there will be accountability, that you are not returning back to Allah, then the one who is dying right now, tell him to come back. Bring him or her back to life if you have that power. No, we don't have that power. The children of the Queen of England hadn't got that power. So also the children of Gorbachev. So also the children of leaders that had come and gone. My dear brothers and sisters, if you ask me, the lesson of the death of the Queen should first of all begin with the leaders of today. They should know that whatever position they are holding right now is temporary. They either use it well or use it wrongly. Whichever one they choose, they are going back to Allah for accountability. And they will be held accountable. They will be held accountable. Therefore, we call on them to justify the opportunity given to them to serve the people. They are the servants of the people, not the masters of the people. And I want my leaders and brothers and sisters in Africa to learn that lesson. Trying to stay in office in perpetuity and planning to hand over the same office to your children as if the country is your property. No. It is not in the Quran, it's not in the Bible, it's not in any of the books revealed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah says, Qul Allahumma malikal muluki tu'til muluka man tasha. Wa tanzi'ul muluka mimman tasha wa tu'izzu man tasha. Allah is the one who grants power to whoever he wants to grant. And if you think that staying in office for 100 years or more is the only way for you to immortalize your name, no, there's no immortality here. You must go back to Allah. Now, the Queen spent 96 years. Out of those 96 years, 70 years of rulership over the entire empire of former Great Britain, later England, and then the Commonwealth. But then, what is 96 years? What is 70 years in the time span of Allah? It's like a dot, or less than a dot. That's why when she goes back to Allah, she's going to be asked, Kam labista. How long did you stay? Kam labisti. How long did you stay? She's going to reply, Labistu yauma aw ba'da yawm. I spent only a day or half a day. Then Allah will tell her, Fasalu li'adi. Ask those who keep your record. Ask the angels that were writing your deeds, how long did you stay? The length of time you stay is immaterial to Allah. How you use the time is what matters. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, just as we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant peace to the world and to give the people of England a good replacement of someone who will lead them so that all of us will have peace, we have no control over what happens to the Queen right now. Her soul is with Allah. Her soul has gone back to the Creator. Whether they admit it or not, that is the reality. They can continue to deny that, there's Allah or can be held accountable, but that is the reality. The soul is gone. If you like, keep the body now or keep the coffin for 100 years through embalmment There are some people who say, no, I want to be cremated so that nobody will see my body. There are some people who say, no, I want to be what? Aquamated. That is to be dissolved in water so that people will not see my body. There are people who will say, okay, bury me, but embalm my body so that I will last for 50 years. No, whichever one you choose. You see, material to Allah. Your soul is gone back to Allah. Allah is not interested in your body. Your body is for this earth. It came from dust. It will end up in dust. That's what it means. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive our sins. So, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, there are several lessons to be learned from the passing of these important people. If it happens to them, then it must happen to us. That's why we have to also ask ourselves the question, what are we doing right and what are we doing wrong? How can we improve ourselves before we meet Allah on the day of accountability? We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive our sins. Take shaitan away from our lives and take our life far away from the shaitan. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, wa naka Allahumma bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Alhamdulillah.